Episode 8. Crocosquirrel and the Developer Edition.
Hi.
So, how we doing today, chat? All right. Outstanding. There are the alerts coming from the various places. It looks like I actually missed one. That's okay. Let's see. Go ahead and do that. And that. Okay, we're good. All right, joining me, Mellow is off on another project for the next couple of weeks. This week I have with me Leevizer.
Yeah.
He
Hi.
is. Say hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead, say hello.
Well, hi. I was here a few weeks ago as well with Mellow and Crocodile, or Squirrel. I don't still don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, my name's Levi. I'm a game developer, and like you people want to see what the Greenlight has to offer, and try to offer them some feedback
Well, and
and
that's
suggest.
actually that's a large part of what we're here for. We get the good, the
Yep.
bad, the and the ridiculously ugly going through here. We got a huge list this time, 40 some entries. And like last week, we're probably not gonna get through them all. We're gonna try and keep this to the standard 2 hour format. So we're actually gonna have to get this thing haze gray and underway in very short order. So I'm the Crocosquirrel.
Should we start with
He's the developer. Let's do this thing.
should we start with the first one that had the actual note with it?
Yep. Go ahead and just drop that into the magic chat box, the Steam chat box, and
Yours.
I'll
This one.
pull it right out. All right. All right. There's the bunker. We're going to cover that here. Oh, Against the Clock. This is the Steam
Yep.
Greenlight trailer for Against the Clock, and let's hope there's not too much in terms of copy left music. Or copy wrong music, I should say. Use plus and minus wheels to set desired speeds of clocks. Okay, fair enough. It's a lesson on mechanics. Okay, what else we got? Yeah, they've done a really slick trailer here. It looks pretty good. Um,
It's a pretty basic gameplay trailer. It's good because it actually shows what the game is about. The biggest problem with games like these is that no matter how much you try to make it look interesting, because it's a puzzle game, you can't really make it. You can't just add explosions or have the most intense moments of gameplay in the trailer, because there are no intense moments of gameplay.
no,
But
but I
what you
actually
can
like a
do
game like
is
this,
to
so it's
yeah,
a question of
what you can do is show.
how
Yeah.
do you solve the puzzle in the least number of moves. Really, I think for this.
Yeah,
Um,
as long as they don't do the mistake of actually showing how to beat the levels, because that takes away a bit of the fun.
mhm. And this actually
But yeah,
doesn't.
it's
As puzzle games go, this actually looks like it'll be pretty good. At least it's not going to be cheese. And at the same time, the trailer is actually professionally done. I'm good with that. This is one I think that if I remember correctly, the developer actually turned in himself on Goods of Greenlight. Is that what the magic note says?
I think it says that he posted an advertisement of his game on the comments on Good Light. So might as well see what the fuss is about.
Yep. And you know what? I think he probably made a good call there. It's not something. It's
Hmm.
not a behavior that I would usually encourage, but you know what? It could be worse. It could be a lot worse, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact.
A good
Um,
thing about a good thing about the game also, if I may say, is that it's the art style is pretty stylish. So it's it doesn't look like he just chose the font to be Arial and didn't do anything for the UI or something. It actually looks that it's minimal and stylish.
Mm.
stylish. Yeah, without being boring. So I think that it shows that at least the developers are professional in that sense as well.
I'm inclined to agree. This developer is called Against the Clock. It is apparently a single use Steam account, or at least that's the name of it right now. I don't know if it has any other names or not, but let's see, 62 procedurally generated puzzles, which could be good and could be bad. Casual puzzle game from the developer of Wave Mechanics. So
If they are generated procedurally, how can there be a limit to them? Because usually procedurally generated puzzles are endless because they
probably
are
just
procedurally generated.
it's probably something where the baseline is defined, and then they use procedural generation for some of the specifics.
Might be.
That's what if I was going to say that, that's probably what I would do. But it would still make it different each time. It's like having a game that has a bunch of rooms that have a set shape, but the details change from playthrough to playthrough. Last
Yeah,
Will did
makes
that,
sense. Makes
and
sense.
Last Will did it pretty well. Hey there,
Yeah.
chat. Welcome aboard. Sorry about the silliness. All right.
Yeah.
The self.
Also, I'd like to say that it's a good thing that they start their description by saying that we are the developers of this game, Wave Mechanics, which basically shows that they're not a new. They actually have something on Steam, so it's also lends to their credibility.
Okay. Yes, that is actually a Steam store page, and it's a different type of puzzle game. Match the color of each element to the colors of the corresponding parts of the frame. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, cool. I'm completely okay. That actually looks like it would be. That looks like you could really make that demonic. It's 59 cents for that game. I think I might actually get that one. I might have to grab that.
Good.
I'm gonna throw that on my
You
wish
go
list
ahead
for
and
right
do
now.
that. Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna throw that on my
it's
wish list and go get it later.
this
But
is
I will vote this one up.
yeah, yeah, this is a good example of mobile port slash multi-platform game done right, because
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty clear that it's on touch screen devices, because you can see that he only uses the mouse to click on things, but that's not a problem when it's done right, and this is done right.
Yeah, and this is done. And this is done very appropriately. It was actually posted almost a month ago, which is kind of interesting. I find it more interesting if they came to us with that, because
Yeah,
they had to have known that this was something that was gonna get critiqued. There's the
yeah.
guy. Okay, actually, it looks like you've already seen this one.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
Game
Oh, yeah.
Development
Actually,
Championship.
yeah. Actually, at the moment I'm not doing that. I'm not going to Steam at the moment. I have a colleague of mine who's doing that. So these are all new to me. But
Okay.
yeah, it's. But yeah, we have seen that, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think Solar Supremacy is going to get too far. Anyway, let's move on to to our next one.
Sure. So do I just pick from the list,
Just
or
pick one at random at this point. Then we'll throw it. Then
let's
we'll
take
throw the choices out to the chat.
let's take this one, number 42 on the list, Therian Saga, and here you go.
All right, check, click. Let's have a look. This is Darien Saga. This is the official trailer, and I'm turning that down
Enter
because
a
it sounds.
magnificent new world.
Oh, I can't. There's voiceover. A magnificent new world. Looks mobile-ish and very saily.
It's a massive multiplayer, free-to-play adventure RPG.
That already
About
that already
400 years
doesn't
ago,
bode well,
awaits your coming.
because I see some great pay to win options here. We won't know till we get a look at the store, obviously.
But this doesn't look like this doesn't look like your typical mobile game. It reminds me more of Crusader Kings or something like that from Paradox. At least judging from the
I
trailer.
don't know about that.
But it's how to put it? It's a really, really, really complicated strategy game. And this. Oh, so if you actually take a look at the gameplay trailer, which is the next video, it shows.
Let's look at the gameplay trailer, because the elevator pitch doesn't seem to be doing very well for me right now. Let's see what it actually looks like in the gameplay, and we'll go from there. Looks like it was done in French.
Yep.
Yep, that's French. Uh-huh. It's very clicky.
Looks like this is a very complex strategy game, I would probably say, or at least that's what it looks like.
I don't know. It strikes me as it really does. But it really does have that clickiness for that clickiness one would expect for touchscreen.
Actually, if you take a look at the description, the team and the project, they say that it was started at the end of 2008 when there were still unintelligent phones and tablets.
Well, I'll look at the description here in a minute. I'm saying what it looks. This is the impressions to the actual gameplay trailer. I've certainly seen worse than this. But it's not grabbing me at the moment.
But you have to consider that, is it because it's not your type of game, or because there's something wrong with it? Because I can see that this is not a game that I would like to play personally. I'm not a fan of this much numbers and clicking and text. But I can see how strategy fans would like a game like this.
Now playable on the web, Steam soon after Greenlight. Therian Saga is an MMORPG that tries to stand out of the crowd by offering compelling storytelling surrounded by a massive mathematical set of rules that define the world your hero will evolve in. That's the wrong use of the word evolve. It could be said that it borrows elements from old-time MUD games. That's a multi-user dungeon, in case nobody knew about that. Strategy games, and even tabletop RPGs. Let's see, skill-based. Skill system for the heroes, and so forth. When we were still okay. First made available as a web game and built under this platform, a very loyal community. Blah blah blah. Standalone client for Windows, which is not a bad thing, and that's what they want to put on Greenlight. Hey Richard, welcome to the stream. Let's see, where'd it go? And it's been up and running on the web for what looks like 4 years. And they say they're going to do things like that. It was typical day. Never a situation in the game where you have to stay at the computer. Blah blah blah. Oh. Suppose you can manage 2 very short playing sessions, one in the morning and one at midday. You might schedule tasks for your hero in the morning and just check to see if everything's okay at lunchtime. Yeah, okay.
That's how free-to-play works.
Yeah, and especially those that are quote-unquote energy-based. I'm not impressed, if we're being honest.
Well, I see free to play as a necessary evil, because that's just how the direction the industry is going. Sadly, I don't personally like it, but I have to agree that that's what's happening. But if you just take a look at what the game itself is, it's the production values, the graphics are. It's clear that these guys are professionals
And they
and
have been at
they
it
know
for
what
a
they're
while.
doing.
The fact that they put together a dedicated Windows platform, says that they actually care some. I'm just kind of wondering what their monetization looks like, and if they've been at it that long, they've probably got a whole bunch of the pay-to-win stuff going. So
I don't know. I mean, if they have been going on for this long, they may have gotten rid of the pay to win stuff and have some other things because pay to win usually doesn't fare too long or too well. But it might also be that the people who are playing this game at the moment are are the pay to winners.
without more information,
But
on the monetization, I'm gonna go with ask me again later. I don't see this. I can see that they've done a lot of work here, and I'm not going to begrudge them that. But at the same time, there's some psychological trickery that could be going on here that I'm not. That makes me kind
it's
of
it's
leery.
it's not a game you'd like to play.
No, it's a game. It's not a game that I would play. Give me a second here. I gotta turn you up. All right.
What it what it looks like, by the way, I found their website and web page, and it looks like that they have a monetization that is basically the same kind of thing that most stores have. So you trade real money into blue crowns, which are in-game money, and you can use that to buy stuff in the game, and you can also buy consumable goods that will make it faster and easier for you to progress in the game. So it's not directly pay to win, but it's pay to get an advantage. It's just
Yeah.
how Clash of Clans and those games work. So it's not at least it's not blatantly obvious that it's pay to win. So that's nice.
I still don't have enough. I still really don't have enough information. It could be okay, and it could just be a complete sight game. And unfortunately,
Yeah,
I have a real hard time with being manipulated. Okay, what's
yeah.
happening? Okay, chat 1 to 40. Yeah, at least it's not fee to pay.
Four,
I'll give him that there, Jima. 1 to 40, chat. Hey, Cristello,
one
welcome
to
to the
four.
stream. We have 40 of them
So
left.
next
Let's
game.
go ahead and do there. Give me a second here. Let's give the chat a second here to
Yeah,
give me
sure.
to throw out some numbers, and we'll just follow them. Okay, Shadow Bear wants number 10.
Number 10.
We're gonna do these in about five in blocks of 5, I think. Let's get 4 more numbers there, chat. Uh, let's see, 10, 6, 20,
10, 6.
8, 10, 6, 28, and we're going to want one more. One more, chat. And number 26. Let's do them in that order.
I'll just say it so I can remember it myself. And 10.
10, 6, 28, 26. Yeah, that's the right. Those are the right numbers.
So number 10.
Number 10. Let's have them. All
I'm
right.
not impressed.
All right. Give me a second. A one-man sky. I can already see how this is going to go. Oh, ick. This is going to go badly. This... Oh, why the text-to-speech generator?
Because it's cheaper than actually paying someone $5 to read a script.
Well, I understand that part, but okay. Let's turn the music down. I don't like having to deal with YouTube and their bullshit.
This is yeah, this is shit.
Yeah, this is No Man. This is a parody game of No Man's Sky. I see it. I can just see this. The match game. Eh.
That gets you points, and you get you well, yeah. Uh, the user interface is horrible. The whole it just doesn't seem to have anything interesting
I
going
don't care
on.
if I don't care that it's free to play and not marked as free to play in the genres, but this is just no. There's nothing. This is your elevator pitch, folks. You got to be you got to you're trying to cash in on No Man's Sky, and that's just not going to work. Um, it's a free fan game, no less. All right, moving on. Let's have the next one.
Yeah. Let's see, number 6, I believe.
Yep, number 6
Yep,
is next.
number 6, and here we have something that is at least a little bit more impressive, maybe,
I don't
at least in the
know, and
first
I'm not.
impression.
Curse of the Loonies. This ought to be entertaining. Assuming, okay, lightning strike. Oh wow, textures. Oh, all happened. Oh wow,
And
this is
and
gonna be.
you you need to know the stock UI on the bottom right corner really makes this look professional.
Yeah, that's actually Game Guru. Hooray!
Game Guru.
That's Game Guru.
Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, Unity had it on the left, I believe. But yeah, um,
Yeah, this is Game Guru, and it uses a lot of the stock assets. I don't know what it is. They've got the same model here twice that die immediately, which is okay. You stab somebody with a knife, they're gonna die quick. Uh,
there's a comment saying that this is probably an asset flip like your other game.
they have another game. It's actually it
Let me
does it
check.
really does look like the stock assets. They haven't done anything with them.
Yeah, they
Uh,
have a game called
although there is
Inhabitation,
oh dear.
which is yeah, it's yeah. Do you want me to link it or?
Let me downvote this first because this is just ridiculous. Let me I'll just grab him here. Greenlight items in gravitation. That's a
Do you know this? Like, his avatar was Game Guru.
what?
That his guy's avatar, his the account's avatar is the text Game Guru
Yeah,
on a red
and it
background.
shouldn't be, and that's not a thing that should be. A lot of peaceful bunnies into evil rabbit soldiers. Oh dear, yeah, that's definitely all asset flippy, cartoony bullshit. So yeah, that gets a downvote too. If you're going to use assets, I don't mind. Just use them in ways that make freaking sense. This here Curse of the Loonies actually makes more sense than the other one in terms of its in terms of the way the assets are used. They're consistent, but this is just not the way you do this.
And another thing that you can really see in the in Reputation or the other game is that when you start a trailer, you have scrolling text of what looks like Times New Roman or Arial, which is the most basic font you could use. There's really no excuse not to find a more unique or interesting looking font because that it just makes you look a lot more professional and interesting. So now it's just it looks like exactly like something that you would do if you just had Windows Movie Maker and what you would do with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it just doesn't look professional.
All right.
I don't think there's. I don't say.
Actually, I actually have played Elves Adventure. Back to played it for you lot. All right. What's the next one? What is the next one? This one here actually has an advert at the bottom, apparently. Uh, in the
It
comments
has.
that
Next one is number 20. But if you wanna stick here for sub comments or
no,
such,
no, no. Let's go ahead and move on.
all right. And here we have. Well, you do the intro.
All right. Let's have a look. Clicky. Bunny and Piggy. Okay, we can do bunnies or piggies, and they're just little blocks, little jumpy blocks. Looks like a platformer, and that's all it really claims to be. So yeah, we're all right. Ugh. Poly blocks are annoying, but that's not something that I can do. That's not something I can't live. I can't survive without here. A lot of geometric shapes they're using here for some of the stuff that's going on. It's not going to be a problem. This is one of those types of games where I kind of concern myself, where I would be kind of concerned about insta-death.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
my problem. I think my main problem here is that I don't really see much here other than jumping, and
well,
that's it.
it's a platformer. You expect that, but the shark here, the
Yeah.
shark does not match up with his piggy. And
Yep.
everything else, you're dealing with a geometric. You're dealing with a geometric shape for a character which is something you wouldn't have to animate, and then you have the shark here, which looks like it should be animated. None of your backgrounds fit. I mean, really, would it have been that hard? I assume it would have been somewhat more time consuming to animate Piggy and Kitty, but
Yeah.
you designed it to be cutesy, and you wound up being inconsistent, and
Pretty much. Yeah.
that's not a good thing here. Um,
Yeah.
there's Bunny and Piggy. I'm sorry, not Kitty. Bunny. But you can't tell the difference between the bunny and the piggy except the color, and the facial features that you've added don't stand out all that well. You've got this animated crab here, and then you have an unanimated primary character. Let's
and
not do
and the
that.
crab and the yeah, and the crab doesn't look anything like. If you scroll down, you can actually see the character and some of the enemies, and like the first two ones, which are like some kind of a snail and some kind of a insect.
Hmm.
They look like they fit with the rest of the graphics in the game, but then you have the shark, the crab, and a snake or something, and they
They
just don't
don't.
look like anything
They don't
like.
look like they belong. If they had been other geometric shapes that would have fit, then I wouldn't have as much. I wouldn't have anything bad to say about this game, really, because it looks like it could be actually quite amusing. But I'm not going to vote
Yeah,
this up with. Oh, and then there's the timer on the upper right hand corner. Ow, that's hateful.
not a fan of timers.
All right, which one's next? Number 8.
Number 8. But yeah, I think the problem here is that it's just the game just doesn't have anything. It's it's just a platformer, and that's it.
And I don't
But yeah,
actually object to
next
just a
one.
platformer, but at the same time, can we try and be consistent? Have some
Yeah,
pride in the artistic in your
I
artistic integrity.
personally object. I personally object it to being just a platformer because there's no reason to have just a platformer with nothing new or unique or interesting about it. But yeah, next one.
Well, nothing's actually unique. I mean, everything's been, Okay,
Yeah, but
Hellenica.
there's
This is a strategy RPG. The Age of Steam has reforged the Greek city-states. Oh dear. Okay.
I actually saw some of this on a Facebook game development group, and it got a lot of praise for it's at least what they say that they're going for is Final Fantasy Tactics slash ogre kind of vibe, and that's if that's actually what they're managed to do, that's amazing.
Yeah, he is. They are actually trying for the Final Fantasy Tactics thing, and I don't. And I've seen 100 games like it. And often, if it's done right, then it's not a problem. Um,
Yep.
but if it's done badly, then you're going to have issues. The whole jumpy thing, yeah, meh. Let's see. Okay, no, we actually have some actual animation, so that's actually not horrible.
Mhm.
Eh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm up for a strategy game right now, but at least it seems to deserve to exist. Um,
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a PC version of Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't see anything wrong with this.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see necessarily anything horrifyingly right, but I don't see anything really wrong. All right, what do we got next? I think we've got one more for this cycle, and then we ask for more.
I think
Number
it was
26.
26. Yep, 26. Uh, oh, it has been deleted. There's
And
no there's no entry 26. It has been removed from Steam.
give me the link anyway, just to make sure.
Sure.
I have not yet seen the newest Sakura game. I will look for it in a bit. All right, we don't even know what it was. Yeah, the author pulled it down. They probably figured out that they were listed on one of the communities and said, "Up, oh, nope, we're screwed." All right,
Uh,
that's been known to happen. Um,
so what next?
okay, 1 to 35, chat. 1 to 35.
Mm,
We're actually making some fairly good time. We're 7 down and only about half an hour in, so. Okay, 1, 7, 35, 24.
that was fast. So
Oh, I'm
1,
sorry.
7,
30, 5,
30.
and 24.
1, 7, 35, and 24.
Yep, absolutely. Give me number 1.
Yeah, I thought you said 35, but
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry. I spoke too quickly. I keep forgetting.
no
You are
problem.
Finnish and don't necessarily catch things quite as quickly. All right.
That's fine.
Number
Did you
1.
just call me dumb?
What?
No,
I didn't
no,
actually.
nothing, nothing.
This
I, I, lo- I,
is
lo-
lie.
I love it when
And
a trailer starts with, the made with Unity text.
yeah, no kidding. Would you push the button? I might. Depends on what the button does. This is supposed to be a casual puzzle platformer arcade action game. More than 40 different levels. Ignore that card. I'm not. No, we're not even paying. We're not even paying attention to the card up at the top. I can't just dismiss it, which is unfortunate.
So it's a rolling ball game, which is
Yep.
one of the simplest ones to make in 3D at least. And this reminds me of a really old, I think, Finnish game called I've Got Some Balls, which was a really good, maze ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But judging from why does the trailer keep getting interrupted with, this thing of the ball going towards the light? Because that's not interesting. And if that's a core game part of the game, like every single level switches out with something like that, I'm
We
not gonna
only
like it.
we only need to see this bit here once because it's actually going to be the. Oh, I see what they've done. They've taken one chunk. They've taken one version of that and split it up so that you're actually seeing parts of it. I see what they've done.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
that's still
great.
there's it shouldn't need to be there because it's not interesting to look at, and it doesn't really give it. Oh, it actually seems that it's heading for a door, so maybe there's a payoff here indeed, or something.
Yeah, at the end of the trailer. That's all the payoff I need on this. Um,
Yay!
I don't actually need much more than that. That's probably a yeah. I'm actually not impressed. I don't know, but well, there's asset packs in the levels, but I don't know how they got the texture for. I don't know where they got the texture for the
I
ball,
think that
but the mappy bits are all known assets for Unity.
the thing here is that it seems like they have an interesting game idea, which is basically to make a maze ball game, but instead of just having a maze ball game, they have these kind of illusions and tricks into the levels, which
Yeah,
makes it unique and interesting. But the problem is that because they are not experienced enough in game development or don't have enough team members to actually make their art and stuff themselves. It seems that they have just taken stock assets and are making this just looks amateurish. They have a great idea, but the execution is not really up
yeah.
to standard.
That's pretty much what I was thinking too. I mean, believe me, I've seen worse. Um, I've seen a lot worse. The first one here, I'm being told, the guy there at the top, on the created by list. I don't know how that would be pronounced in Russian. But uh, apparently it translates to young and angry, which could be yeah. Uh,
I know it is sort of.
if you want
Yeah,
to have some
it might be.
fun or get butt hurt, just take a look at this. More than 40 levels to make you think or maybe hate your life. Else, vote to make someone else suffer. Um,
Vote to make suffer someone else. I think they had Yoda write the description here.
well, no, they didn't. They just don't have a very good translate. They just don't have a very good localization for the translation.
Yeah,
And I can see where that could be, but we need more of that. We need more people actually getting speakers that are native to whatever language they're translating to actually clean shit up. Uh, I'm really not
yeah.
interested in this. If only because it
Nope.
really does look amateurish. It needs a whole bunch more polish before
Yeah,
it's really
and
ready to go. I
yeah,
mean,
if
as
you
an
take a
early
look at
access game, I think I might be okay with it, but it's really not going to be. It looks like they think that this is a
yeah,
finished product, and I know.
yeah. The
It's not.
problem, if you take a look at down at the comments, you can see that the developer, the young and angry person, he's actually defending himself quite well. I mean, he doesn't seem to be shouting or being angry at getting feedback, but he seems to lament that his English is not good enough for him to allow communication with the people, well enough. So it's just I think it's just a case of them being uh, not not in the stage yet that they should be on Steam. But if these people are allowed and have the option to keep making games, they will make some great games in the future.
Yeah, and I'd like to keep an eye on this guy. If only because there are some things that he's got a solid idea here. It's not actually a bad thing, but yeah, he's not quite there yet, and he needs a bigger team. I would have to agree with that.
Yep.
Thoughts on early AAA access titles? There's no excuse for those.
So should we go to the next one or
Yeah, we're moving on. Number 7, please.
here you go?
All right, let's do a clicky here. Space Cat. Ooh, this should be fun. This is the Greenlight gameplay trailer. Kind of arcade. Kind of got that arcadey thing going on here. A little black and white arcadey thing. Except
Yeah.
that all the other stuff is Ooh, lots of little multiplayer co-op thing. Do you have single player multiplayer co-op? Do you have single player
That's
online
nice.
co-op? Probably not. Uh, let's see. Space
I
spelunking.
have.
The levels themselves are destructible. It looks like you can actually like kill things. They're doing randomly generated terrain. No two playthroughs are alike. I'm really getting tired of the quote unquote random thing here. Uh,
It looks like a game that would actually be fun for at least a while with friends. Nothing too new or unique or stuff, but it looks like a game that it would be fun to play.
I
I'm pretty sure.
agree. It gives me that bubble bobble feel. If that makes any damn sense.
Yeah.
Salty? Question
I,
mark.
no, I would have said I think Liero, which is another one old Finnish game. It's basically Worms, but instead of being turn-based, it's based on real time.
Yeah, I don't know the game you're talking about, but it's I have
I should
nothing bad to say about this, honestly.
I really should show you some old Finnish freeware games like Kill Them All and Liero and Wings and stuff like that because we made the best games in the 90s. But yeah, I really don't see any problem with this game. It's basically interesting looking retro party game, and that's about it.
I would vote it up for that. My kids would love it.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I'd probably play it myself as well.
Yeah, so would I. It's this actually deserves to exist. For what it is, it's actually fair. It's looks like it's been well assembled.
Yeah.
Again, all we really have is the elevator pitch here, but yeah.
If
Uh,
if, if I have to say like one or two bad things about the game, it's weird how if you look at the like for example if you take a look at the first screenshot there, you can see that the rockets that are flying from left and right are actually kind of detailed in terms of pixel graphics, while
mhm.
the actual player characters, the cats, are basically all just one flat color with two beads for eyes,
No,
and that's kind of so. Some of the game is too retro, and while some of the game is not retro enough, which kind of makes it inconsistent.
yeah,
If that
I
makes
would
any
agree.
sense.
I would, yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm just, yeah, if, yeah, that would probably be the only thing that I'd have to really kick it about. And I really don't, and that's, and something like this, it's really not that huge a problem.
Yeah. I
I mean, the whole
also
game
it
is probably
seems
5 megabytes at best. So,
yeah. Another, actually, I think they actually, it looks like you can actually, fight or move around in, the actual menus. So instead of, doing what menus usually do, you actually move your character around and, hit or switch or something at, the buttons themselves. So that actually looks like a unique and interesting thing they have done here.
yeah, you know what, and I can't disagree with that. That's actually very clever as far as those things go. All right, let's.
Yeah.
I've already voted it up. I don't know about you or anybody else in the chat, but we can move on now if you like, because we do actually have a very
Yeah, sure.
limited period of time. Let's see. Number 30.
30. And here it is. Here you go.
Now, for the record, Leevizer does actually have a game on Greenlight. Um,
No, actually, it's on Steam. Sorry.
it's on. He has actually. Oh, is it on Steam now?
Yeah, it has been on Steam since January.
Ah, right. I just don't have a copy. I'll have to fix that.
Good.
But he turned himself in to us a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, check this out. I want to see what you guys think. And yeah, it went pretty well, actually. Let's see.
I tried to make sure that the game is actually, decent. But
Viking
yeah.
BMX Simulator. That was actually it was actually a really interesting sort of
No, no,
thing.
no. That's not actually my game. Sorry,
Oh. Oh, well, okay.
you're
No, actually
mistaken.
you were there for for that one.
Yep,
You were
I
there to
was I
actually
was
have a
there,
look at
but
it.
that's not my game.
Okay.
But I think we should take a look at Slow.
Yes, this is slow, and I'm not sure why they call it that. It is in English and
And the
Turkish. It's
trailer is
considered
named Slow
an
as well.
yeah, it is. Is it really long too? Nope, not that long. A minute and a half. Um, I don't get it. We're kind of walking around someplace slowly with a big heavy weight on our back. Um, Single player, multiplayer, and
So
co-op here.
so
I don't.
yeah. So first thing in the trailer is that they waste 30 minutes showing us the backgrounds or the the area of the game, and then they waste another half a minute showing you walking around slowly.
Yeah, and we still have about 25 seconds to go. And they're going to show us interiors and more backgrounds, and I don't get it.
I bet there's gonna be more walking. Is there gonna
Uh,
be more walking?
there might be. I wouldn't be surprised if there were. I'm afraid we're going to have to go down to the description to figure out what this game is. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty, but that's it. That's all. That's all we've got. Uh, this is actually beta footage. Okay. Oh wow! Don't do the jump cuts
Oh,
like that.
what the? Did you go to the description yet,
No, I haven't gone to
or
the
are you?
description yet.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking at the
so
second
you're
trailer.
watching the video.
I'm watching the second
Yeah,
video,
let's
but
see.
I'm going to stop watching in a minute because he's doing a
Yeah,
lot of
let's.
fade out, a couple of seconds here, a couple of seconds there, and that's the end of it. I just no bad, bad, bad. Let's see. New ideas in development phase. Right, you want me to give you want me to do your job for you and give you new ideas on how to do this. Help Dr. Quarter for his fight for survival in epic open world set back in 1999. You can join him either co-op with your friends or multiplayer. Gothstown is an experimental town for creating a new race that surpasses humanity. Um,
Sorry, sorry, but I just have to say, if any one of you just took a look at what the trailer is and what the gameplay was, and now you go to description, the description freaking says that it's a survival in epic open world in an experiment for creating a new race that surpasses humanity, and
um,
shit. that's a, that's a pretty huge disconnect between what
well,
we have seen and what the game should be about.
I no, no, you're just no.
Radioactivity is threatening the world by spreading from the center of the explosion. Animals that have been poisoned or mutated into stronger creatures, which you will have to face with.
You're
Fight for your mission and survive.
and which colony you're going to trust. If you want to make Fallout, please. Just don't sell it that way.
And
Ah!
also, if you have any of that stuff you just told about us in the trailer or in the description, then please have at least some of that in the trailer because I have skipped through the entire trailer now, and it's nothing but a dude walking around slowly in third person and first person.
And here is the lead developer's other game called Before West. And it's just a platformer. It's a platformer where you can do shooties. And yeah, what is going on here? I
No,
don't even.
this
All
is
right.
their this fuck
All
shit.
right. Give me number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
Learn how to tell a story, please. Especially when you're doing a
Oh,
trailer.
actually, we have done number 5 already.
Have we? You're sure about?
Yep,
Yep. That
yep.
was the one we did first,
Open
number
it.
41. All right. Actually, yes, I have developed games in the past. I do not have anything up for sale. I don't have anything on Steam, but I have actually distributed games that I have made. Yeah. What's next? Number
But yeah,
24, please.
number 24. Here we go. I think I actually saw this one during Tech Game Development
Project
World
Pink
Championship.
Eye. A level fly through. That's not what we want to see. It's a prison. Let's try something else. Gameplay showcase. That's better. Project Pink Eye. Uh-huh. Several characters. And is that a huge ass rubber chicken? They're dueling with huge ass rubber
I think it
chickens.
is.
Uh
Yeah.
okay, here's a prison. Single player, multiplayer, co-op, local co-op, which means there's probably not an online multiplayer. Um Wait, is that a zombie? Boom. That's a very bad sniper. And those
So,
splash effects are something that I would expect to. And there's a guy jump. There was a guy spawned up on the ceiling and then dropped quite a distance and
and
then jumped down
you're
and yeah.
and you're dead.
And you're dead again. It looks like actually just a map-based arena shooter.
A pretty bad one,
Yeah,
I'd say.
no, I'm I'll give you credit. You tried something. You tried something different with the UI, but yeah, this is nearly as generic as they come, and where it's not, it's just bad. I mean, yeah, I'll go play Unreal Tournament.
Is there any? And I like how their features are. You know, if when you consider that you're telling us the features of the game, you know, what makes it unique? What are the most interesting things possible that will make me as a customer want to buy the game? Are the the features a short key list of stuff that you have? And let's see, the first feature they have listed is full 4K monitor support,
Well, okay,
and the
great.
second one is controller support,
The last one is
and the third one is
wall
working on
ruining.
Mac.
Wall ruining. Giblet guards.
And melee combat.
Just
Also they have game modes,
deathmatch,
which
team
is
deathmatch, king of the heap, zombie survival. Yeah, it's exactly.
wait
During
wait, and then after the features they have this section called new FPS style,
you have to eat to
which
make ammo.
lists yeah, and
What?
now at the very end of everything that they have said so far, they are actually now listing what are their unique features. And that's stupid because we would have most people will not read this far if they even read the description at all. So these people have shot themselves in the foot by telling that the unique features we have are these, but we are going to keep them hidden here so people won't read them.
Jump pads are powered by poop. You have giblet guards to protect your wiggly bits. Just still think twice before sticking your no, just no. If that's the most important thing you can think of, we're out of here. All right.
Yeah.
1 to 30. 1 to
So
30, chat.
basically what yeah.
Just
Basically
make
they
sure you're
wanted to do
deleting these
something.
as we finish them.
I actually can't because I don't have access to edit the file.
All right.
Or no, wait. Actually, let's see. Let's see if I can open it and edit it with another Yep, I think I can edit it. Yes.
Yes. Just clear the ones we've already covered. There's a list of them on the thing, and so we know what we're. And don't forget, we've already covered 41 and 42 off the list as existing. Hold on, guys. And we
Give me
just
a
have
moment,
to.
but
Yep, take.
you can get the list.
Actually, I think I downloaded it. But the list is now all out of order. In the
So
meantime.
that's. I
Okay.
still have 5 more to delete here. 10, 6.
Hey there, Sanji. Welcome to the stream. You too, Sam. I know I seem to have missed Mellow. I saw them. I saw he was here. He's working on a friend's wedding, so that's something perfectly valid.
Let me make the list all in order again. It shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, you just delete the rows. We've got 1 hour left on. We've
Yep.
got 1 hour and 5 left on the stream. So, and we have 6 coming. I have 6 numbers so far. So I'll hit the enter key on that in just a moment.
Did we have the 5 new games?
I've already got 6 numbers.
All right.
There's your
1,
list
24,
right there.
2, 23, 7. Yeah, so let's start with number 1 again.
Yep. Well, yeah, the new number 1 anyway. Because
Yep.
we've already done number 1. We've already had the number 1 once. All right. All right.
Just
This
look at the
is
color of the ball.
Hexaball. And oh wow, that is just eye-breaking.
Why?
You're going to do a space platform involving a ball in space. Because space is good? Does that mean you're going to try it? You think it's going to be a sci-fi thingy? I mean, what are we doing here?
But I still can't get over the the color of the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Or the color of the level in general.
All right, that's the
and
okay.
The trailers.
We got 2 trailers, one of 30 some seconds and another one for 19. It's 33 and 19. So, you know what? I saw a game like this back in the Commodore 64 days, and this isn't even nearly as good.
Why does the trailer cut off like that? Like, why do they have like these really short trailers that show just some seconds of gameplay and then just cut off in the middle of the
because we're not dealing with Pro Tank Crew here, obviously. We are not dealing with Pro Tank Crew. The just rar. No. I would probably burn. I would probably. Oh, let's have a look at the description. You are in space. Collect keys and find a way out of the maze. Go to the planets. Various levels and a large number of different traps and obstacles. You're not telling me anything here. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
As a sales pitch, this is nothing. There is no game here.
Nope. And sorry, this is the third time mentioning it, but fucking green and pink as the color of the ball.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Number 24, please. That's going to be burned into my retinas for the next hour. I swear. I couldn't play this more than I wouldn't be able to play this more than a few minutes at any given time, just having to watch that ball. And it grabs the attention it grabs all the attention right there on the ball in the center of your screen. You can't how do you pay attention to the rest of the maze?
Number 24.
Number 24.
Shit, yeah.
All right. All right. Underdog suspect lost. This is Grand Theft Auto slash
Hotline
Hotline
Miami.
Miami. What are you doing? And it's an 18-second trailer.
Yep. Then
It's
again, it was good. It was good. It was a good 18 seconds. It just had the same, cut off for no reason.
yeah, 18 seconds. It's not nearly that's not nearly enough for this. But you're looking at let's see, and the introduction is short. Underdog suspect lost arcade top-down shooter. The game features a rich arsenal of firearms and cold weapons, a wide
Cold
range.
weapons.
I don't even know what they mean by that. A wide range of interactive locations, as well as the author's pixel pinch of madness. Streets, subway, and slums do not forgive mistakes, but at the same time, every underdog has the ability to defend their right for a place under the sun. Be smart to get a suitable weapon, or pluck the victory with bare hands.
So
And
the problem here is that they have basically seen that Hotline Miami sells, so let's make a multiplayer top-down game that looks just like Hotline Miami. I mean, I personally love these kinds of games. Like, I mean, top-down is the best game genre to me, but the problem here is that their uniqueness is lost because they have just tried to make this look like Hotline Miami.
then we have this screenshot right here. What is wrong with this picture?
Um, it looks like it should be in 3D.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks like you should be looking at this through 3D glasses. And no, just no. I don't care if it's free to play or not. Not interested. All right, number
I
two.
also,
Oh, sorry, you were going to say
be-
something. Go ahead.
yeah, before we move on, I'd like to direct your attention, I think, to the second to last screenshot, and actually the last two screenshots quickly because it also they copied Hotline Miami for the sake of copying Hotline Miami because their menu is, just generic and crap, to put
Yeah,
it simply.
that's kind of what I'm seeing. All
Yeah.
right.
So let's see, number 22. What the? We
Number two.
either we had lie submitted here twice or I made a mistake.
I don't know.
I think we did have lie listed here
Hold
twice.
on a
So let
second.
me
Let me.
fix the.
Yeah. Save the Queen for this last game. Says it looks completely similar to Hotline Miami to the point where it would be more reasonable to consider the formula stolen than otherwise. Yeah.
So on to the next game.
Yep. Move on.
Oh wait, you're gonna love this.
I bet I'm not. I did read the comments for underdogs. Oh gods, no! Please, no! Anything but this. What the? No! 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 The Donald Trump memes are getting very old now. Actually, the Donald Trump memes were old when they got started. They hadn't even gotten. They hadn't even begun, and it was already old. I mean, what?
I think the biggest problem I have with this is that the game actually looks interesting.
Yeah, and
I mean,
they could have used anything else for this, any other set of characters and not tried to cash in on the whole Donald Trump thing, and it probably would have been great. I'd have been fine with it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going to vote for you on Team Greenlight. I'm going to do exactly the opposite. Uh, you could have done this any other way but this. I mean,
Pretty
I
much, yeah. And they have basically taken a copy from the um, what was the company behind yeah, Vlambeer. They basically copied, how Vlambeer makes their games and a lot of the stuff that they have in their games, slapped Donald Trump on it and, tried to make it interesting. Like, why do you, even if it was a game about, making America great again, you can do it in a way that doesn't, make it memey. Like, let's say, Broforce.
yeah.
Yeah, Broforce is, exactly the game, the America fuck yeah genre and that kind of stuff. And it's great and it's fun and nobody is, has a problem with the characters being just copies of action movie characters, but that's because they're not, cashing in on a meme, which this game is doing.
Yeah, and that's not even remotely valid. Anyway, it looks like the video is start. It looks like we're starting to pick up a bunch of dislikes out there. This actually does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form, Mr. Hideo. It actually doesn't surprise me in any way because I know there are a lot of devs, a lot of people that have their little favorite games, and they don't like it when people shit on them. Um, and I don't actually and see. Here's the thing: I don't pay attention all that much to the dislikes unless it's like completely massive. And then maybe I should consider doing something else. Something like this is going to be controversial, and as a result, the like to dislike ratio is not gonna suggest to me that I need to stop doing them. It suggests that I'm getting under people's skin, and I don't have a problem with that. All
Yeah,
right, what do we
because
got next?
yeah, if people are actually watching this enough to be actually, say that they dislike this, it means that they are, yeah, it means that they're watching this, and that's what you're going for, right?
Well, if they're watching it, then that's that much better for me. Certainly, they click and they sit there for at least 30 seconds, and I still get a view. So it might be somebody of 14 sudden dislikes. I'm impressed. Yeah, actually, I've had a couple of others. I've had a few. I've had a few of these done like that. Uh, all right, number 7.
Number 23, actually.
All right,
I
rescue
think
your
number 7 was.
chickens. Let's have a look. Okay, we have looks like a platformy type thing where you have to rescue all the chicks. Sure. I don't necessarily see a problem with that. Okay, so it's the rats will definitely kill me. Avoid them. Okay, so rats are bad. You rescue all the chicks and take them all back to where they came from. Okay, fair enough. That bug shouldn't be a danger.
Oh,
Oh, and
there's a
apparently it is.
squirrel.
Spiders are painful. Apparently, we'll just watch the chicken get turned into
Yeah.
giblets. Oh, it's a homing
Yes.
bee. That's gonna make things a
I,
little more difficult.
and why does the squirrel have a gun?
I don't know why the squirrel has a rifle. Well, squirrels with rifles do actually thrill me to some degree.
Yeah, but
All right.
I don't really see much that there is much to it other than it's 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 another of those platformer games like the Bunny and Piggy one, which are that they're okay platformers, but there's just not enough in them for them to be actually be games.
Hey, you
Or
cuddles. Welcome to the stream. I can see where this would be allowed to exist. I don't know that particular dev right off the top of my head, but I don't know that it actually matters at the moment. Uh, it does look like they at least tried. I mean, their art style
They
is
did.
the art style for the gameplay sections is at least mostly coherent, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not. It's not something
I,
I would play. I think.
I have to disagree with what you said about the art style being coherent because if you take a look, you can see that the chick it's it has the same problem that some of these assets are not very pixely wise, while some are being like the chicken itself and the bee are they're pretty highly
They're
defined as
actually
far as
quite
pixels.
nice as opposed to
Yeah,
the spiders or the rats, which are
on the chicks.
pixely.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the background is just I don't know. I can like I said, this is something that you can slap together if you want to make a simple platformer game for the sake of making a simple platformer game. But there's just not enough material here for me to work with.
yeah,
It's a platformer game and that's it.
yeah. I'll go with the ask me again later thing. I can't say it doesn't have a right to exist. I just don't have. I just. It's not something that I would play. Uh, all right. Let's have number 9.
Nope, it's number 7 now.
Oh, are we
You're
on
you're
number
one
7?
step ahead of me here.
How are we on? Okay.
Yep, you're one step ahead.
Oh, you. Oh, okay.
And
So you figured out that error. Then that's what I didn't hadn't realized. Okay, go ahead. All right.
spooky, scary skeletons.
Nightmares. Okay. The okay. We're already hitting on some of my least favorite horror memes. Black and flashies, and oh wow, this would give me a headache. If this is actually what's going on, this would give me a huge headache. And we have an untextured zombie. That's not good. That character there was untextured. What are you saying? Nightmares?
We
You're
have
not gonna.
we have screamers as well.
Oh what?
Screamers, image popping on the screen and a loud sound effect going
Oh,
off.
jump scares. Hate jump scares. They almost never get done right. Just what is this? Best described as an urban explorer horror game, the story revolves around Sarah as she explores her way through what she thought was an abandoned hotel. That doesn't make it urban. Sarah takes photos of derelict buildings and has never had a problem doing so until she found the Sal Royale Hotel. Upon adventuring in, she finds herself overcome with the feeling that someone is watching her, following her, and quite quickly comes face to face with her very own capital N nightmare. This could be confused with a
And
walking
then in the
sim with a
third
flashing light, but
paragraph they
puzzles
start.
will block your every
Yeah.
turn, usually involving your camera. The camera is your main tool as venturing through the rundown hotel. You will be using your camera constantly. This causes some heart pumping moments when you're trying to work out a situation, like having to zoom in on a specific area while you're slowly being surrounded. The game isn't always in the dark, sometimes light can be just as scary. Please give me your opinion if you know I'm going in the right so I know if I'm going in the right direction with this. You're not. Feel free to suggest things you would like to see the game. They're looking at $2. My thinking is this is going to have cards, and they're counting on the cards to make the income, not the game itself. I don't. I'm seeing right now. All I'm seeing here is a bunch of untextured assets in an
This is
environment.
my this is my first horror game. That's about it. Baby's first horror game experiment with nothing new to it, and the scariness coming from either the assets trying to look like they're unsettling or scary, or having jump scares, neither of which are what true horror should be about.
No.
So Yeah, I do like it that the developer actually says something along the lines that there are puzzles and you have to use your camera to solve those puzzles. So it's
Well,
not just
this is not the only game to do that either. I mean, we've seen that a
no no no
lot.
no 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 no. No. Yeah, I don't mean that it's unique or it's going to be very interesting. But what I say is that the developer at least acknowledges that he's trying to make it actually have a game around it instead of just walking around and being interrupted every 5 minutes to hear boo. So at least there's but the problem with that, however, is how he presents it. There's in the trailer there is literally no gameplay, it's just flashing in images of spoopy, scary assets, and then in the description itself, it's just there in the third paragraph, like it's a mention that yeah, there's puzzles. That's it.
Don't re-upload thinking you will get away with anything. Piss off. Yeah. Every oh man, there's HGI. Every time you post something from now on, it's getting downvoted. Apparently, this is actually a re-upload. Uh,
At least based on the comments, yeah.
Looking at some of the
So
comments. Oh look, it's the flashlight sim from last time, and nothing's changed. What a surprise! Still downvoted. Yeah, I'm not gonna upvote it. Certainly, I think I'm gonna join the crowd here this time because this really it does. It looks like crap. You haven't text well a large part of your monsters that zombie looking thing there or mummy looking thing not textured. Uh, that girl over there is textured. I don't know who that is, but that's pretty much the only thing aside from the environment, and the environment textures are okay. The floors look nice. Uh, it's just bleh. Okay. Yeah, this one's a
I
resubmit.
don't.
It
Yeah.
no. Let's move on. Number 9, I think we
Yep.
have left.
Nine. Yeah.
All right. I don't know about any new news. There, Mr. Mellow. Welcome back. Actually, we've had some others. Yeah, I know. We've got a dev. I think we've actually what we've got is a salty dev. I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure we've got a salty dev. The Pest Technician's
Oh
Nightmare
no.
Text Adventure. What kind of a trailer are you going to get out of that, especially for almost 3 minutes? Okay, so you
My
can.
bet is no. Don't make me read this. Like there is
Uh,
literally no excuse to have slowly scrolling text, without anything else being there. No graphics, nothing, just slowly scrolling text to make it harder to read. So
and that
also I think there's
that font. Oh, that's going to be a pain.
and
Will you
it's a text
survive?
adventure. It's a text adventure where you actually have a freaking text parser like we're back in the 70s.
Oh, I don't actually have a
Except that
problem with text parser games. It's just
no, me neither. But the problem here is that it's just this looks ugly.
I don't have a problem with text parsing games. I
Yeah,
actually very much enjoyed I actually very much enjoyed these. So,
yeah. I
when I
used
was a short person, as a teenager, I loved text adventure games. I still do.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm actually a little bit too young for text adventure games. I mostly played, Sierra's Leisure Suit Larry, Space Quest, those kind of games.
Hmm.
Still adventure games, but not text parser. But the problem here is that this just this looks ugly. I mean, even if he doesn't have any graphics in the game, but how the way he has put these boxes together and how it just doesn't look it doesn't look good at all. And unless he has a really good writer working for him, especially considering that on 100% of the gameplay is going to be based on the writing, I really don't think that this is going to be that good.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately I'm inclined to agree. I mean, just the look of this doesn't inspire me to confidence. Uh, I'm gonna downvote it at this
And
point.
they have and there are sound effects here too, which like if you at the end of the trailer when the character dies, there's like the funeral march playing. So and it just it's just start there's silence and then all of a sudden the funeral march starts playing. So that's a bit out of place as well.
All
Not
right,
good.
let me see something here. Uh, these guys got two green light items, and we have two copies of the same one.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's just friggin' brilliant. This is probably the earlier one, and it's not loading. It's not loading anything at this point. So I'm guessing he tried taking it down. Uh, he used to be a pest control technician apparently. A short point and click game. Oh, he did it from. He went from point to click to straight text adventure. Um, so that's gonna be not great.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. It's shit.
Yeah,
Or well, not good.
it's shit on a stick. Yeah, pretty much. Right.
No, you can say it's shit because that will take your monetization away on
All right. Let's move on. Let's have 1 to 25 now. I do remember you mentioning such a thing, NBC, and I apparently need to shut Steam down and restart it. All right. Let me go ahead and restart Steam. Uh,
Yeah, give me a moment to re up edit the list again. So yeah,
1 to
you do that.
24 we need here. All right. Let me just restart Steam. Let me grab Steam's restart thing and we'll go from there. Okay, that's I think enough there. We've got five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's six. Okay, that's it. We've got enough of them. All right. Just keep me posted on that NBC. 23, 2,
I might
1, 4, 8. Steam will restart eventually.
3, 2, 1, 4, and 8.
23, 2, 1, 4, 8, 7. Don't forget 7. 23, 2, 1, 7, 4, 8. Yeah.
I think this might also be the last batch I'll be able to do because it's getting close to midnight and
Yeah.
there's something evil lurking in the dark.
we're actually gonna wrap this up in a half hour no matter what. So
Yeah. So let's see.
or if Steam won't restart, I
You're
might have to
starting
do it now.
Steam.
All right, I gotta move the chat off here because Steam is taking forever to do its thing. Okay, there we go. That's reconnecting. I will return momentarily. I have
Yep.
to. I'm gonna have to dump. I'm probably gonna have to dump Firefox while I'm at it. go ahead and grab that. Okay, Firefox wanted updates, apparently. I'll be right with you, folks. It's just going to take me a second. Usually, when that sort of thing starts happening, I restart Firefox and Steam, and it stops happening. So we're just gonna do it that way. It's gonna take me a second to get loaded back up again, get Leevizer back in here. So I don't know what it thinks it's up to. Or I'll be with you in I'll be back with the universe in just a moment. Timed out. That's definitely not right. Okay. I did something. Okay, good. All right, and I'm back, or at least mostly so. It looks like
So it
we're actually
seems.
going to be okay. Let me just grab the chat here real quick and make sure that's all working. It took a second for the Hangout to reload.
Yep.
I'm gonna zip this right over here. Oh, you mean the, yeah, we're aware of, we are, in fact, Jiva, we are in fact aware of the new YouTube Heroes thingy. All right.
Mhm.
All right, give me number 23. Let's see if Steam's
Yep,
actually working now.
I may have fucked up with some formatting here, but I think this should be number 23.
Okay, I don't have most of the previous chat. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Oh my dirt! Okay. It's, Camping trailer? Okay. Right. I see retro pixely thing with tiny characters, and we have no idea why. And now he's going to zoom in on this little pixely critter. Uh-huh. The light shines
But
down.
why, again, a case,
A boy
again, a
with no
case of it
feelings.
is made with little.
Uh, Attending this
By
need
the
in
way, you should
society.
share,
Oh, yeah.
if you
I need to hit.
share yours again.
I need to hit the screen share again. Yeah, I'm on a cell modem, so the ISP likes to chew on me every once in a while.
Yep.
All right, let me go back to the start of the trailer. A whole 50 seconds ago. Made with Unity. Ooh, Noisy Ground Games. All right,
That's always a great
there's
thing
our
to
little
start
guy
with.
right there. It zoomed way too far out. He's going to be hard to spot. Well, there's that, and there's not only that. There's a social justice set that would probably hate me. Uh, for the sake of the
So
children, won't somebody please
could
think
we
of the
pl-
children? I'm thinking. I'm
could we please see some gameplay?
huh?
Could we please see some gameplay? I mean, the trailer here is just. I mean, it's trying to tell a story here, but it just doesn't do a really good job at it.
It's doing a very poor job at it. Okay, so now the kid's got a job and he's platforming, cleaning
And
windows apparently.
now it actually looks good.
Yeah, it looks better. I mean, their premise is not what I call great. Watch the news. See you next week. Right. Okay. By emotions. There's Godzilla. Uh, just
I,
wow.
I, I this looks like fun.
It could be,
The
but
trailer is shit. The trailer is crap because it spends the first 1 minute instead of showing us the cool stuff they have at the end. It just has 1 minute of not interesting stuff first, but it's exactly what you'd expect from a pixel platformer. Like the games I said before are not good platformers is because they're missing that something that this game it has more than just jumping.
yeah. I mean, obviously we got to clean windows too. So
And also run away from Godzilla, and actually there's zombies and aliens, and yeah, and there's actually story that even though it's not that great, it's actually it's actually a story
they made
instead
an
of just
attempt, and
yeah.
that's actually that's an upside. Let's see.
Well, I like it.
Yeah, the trailer's not great, but it's not something that I would. It's not something that I would downvote just to be downvoting it. Procedurally generated levels. Ugh. Perform combos and earn some extra money. Play through different days of the week, but don't forget to keep an eye on your child. Set up everything you need for work while being at home. Buy emotions, upgrades, or new abilities in the store. So you're the parent, and you have to
You
provide emotions. You have to buy emotions for your child. Which it doesn't. That's not a thing that thrills me, but graphics are at least passable, and it's mostly consistent. Uh,
mhm.
you've got some mechanics other than just platforming, so yeah. Godzilla doesn't really thrill me, but I'll get over it. Sure, I'd probably play it, but we probably wouldn't spend a lot of time on it. So if it was cheap enough, I wouldn't have an issue. I wouldn't take issue with it. All right.
Yeah.
So moving
Next one.
on. What do we got? Number two.
Yeah, the next one is going to take approximately 3 seconds, I think.
Okay. The Legend of Nobles. The Legend of the Nobles. Legends of the Nobles. Can we pick something? This is RPG Maker style. I've seen that. And we have even this. We have all sorts of stock stuff here. What time is it?
It's 20. Gosh, did you ask me or are you actually talking to the trailer?
I'm talking to the trailer. It's RPG makers with much of the stock assets. They've done some peculiar things with the assets, but it's just not enough. Actually, I don't even know if they've done anything necessarily peculiar. They've just used the RPG maker assets, and even the main character is the sort of Ralph thing that was going on from VX Ace. I mean,
And the trailer, the effects of the trailer are bad.
yeah, this is. We're not seeing if they made any changes to the combat system. We're not seeing much of anything really.
I don't really think I honestly don't think there's much to say about it. It's an RPG made with RPG Maker by someone who thinks that he's a good writer and able to make interesting games while he can't.
Yep.
Sadly.
And this is just the intro sequence. I don't even see combat here. And combat's actually the thing you want to look at because it's the thing that's gonna get you. It's the thing that's gonna get your butt kicked if you're not doing it. If you're doing it wrong. I know I will get a
And there's a
load of negative
Kickstarter.
comments for this purely because the game has been made using RPG Maker, and I'm fine with that. But I do ask you if you would at least read the details and check out the Kickstarter page first. Okay, I'll look at the Kickstarter page. £21 have been pledged, and it's 0% funded. Let's look. And you've got $27 of 3,300. Uh, 3250, and you've got 5 days to go. That's not gonna happen, dude. It's really not. Uh,
And there's just nothing here. Basically, what this game is that this guy wants to make an RPG game, but he can't make the art himself. RPG maker, and he somehow thinks that getting to, £2,500 is gonna magically make his game non-RPG maker game.
uh,
There,
yeah.
there's
There's really, if it was something else here, I would be much more inclined. But I'm not seeing anything that's really. I'm not seeing.
there
There's
isn't
nothing
any.
here to see. I mean, I've seen all of this stuff a million times before. I use RPG Maker from time to time. I've used the stock assets. I know what they look like. Uh, but what do we
There,
have?
we don't really have anything to say about it.
I mean, really, if I was going to do something like that, I'd do a story trailer. If I was going to use the stock assets, I'd do a story trailer and then work from there.
Yeah,
Uh,
but if you're using stock assets, it's you're not ready to go into Steam, I'd say.
well, for some things, there's no use. There's no use reinventing the wheel. I mean, some of the assets are actually okay to use for the most part. Your character sprites you might want to put a little more work into, uh, and try and get at least some variance in the environment assets. But really, where RPG Maker is going to shine is what the hell you did with the combat system.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the Pokemon Uranium or whatever it was made with RPG Maker. So
uh,
yeah,
do
that should
something. Let's
be
have something. Let's have something new out of RPG Maker. There's got to be a way to do it.
yeah.
Um, all right.
So should we move on?
Fun fighting and surprises. There is a combat system. You just didn't show it to us. I mean, what's?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Number one.
Oh shit. This
What?
I'm as a broad it is offends me.
Okay. Adventure in Ponyland. Right.
It's
Okay.
a it's a it's a shitty visual novel. It's a My Little Pony visual novel, and that's it.
I don't take exception to visual novels or even ones based on My Little Pony, but you're gonna have to do. This is something where you're gonna have to do it right, and that's not it. Uh,
And there's nothing here. The trailer is basically this guy talking in bad English over images,
That happened next.
and
After studies, as usually, I went to the nearest cafe to have a snack and started to think about
if you would hear the
this time
voice of this guy, you
I'm
will
I'm listening
understand.
to it now.
street, I was distracted.
Yeah,
I don't
I
remember
meant
by
mostly
what,
for the
but
people watching the
probably it was
stream.
something very important. I went on the road without paying any attention to traffic.
Okay, that is stock Renpai. He's done almost nothing to it. If I put out I've used Renpai before, and if I did this, I'd be shot for free. He wants money for this. Uh,
I also love how in the in-game abilities are that you can change everything that happens in the game and you build your own story, as in the description. So
no, you're not building your own story at a visual level. Almost never. It would take if you've got to have some level of restriction. You're going to be centuries just writing a fucking script. Um, and I don't. There's nothing here to really attract me to this. I mean, yeah, if you've done some work on the UI and maybe done something that isn't ponies
The problem here is also that it's it's a My Little Pony fan game, so Hasbro is going to sue this guy
into oblivion.
immediately if yeah, if he actually ever got this out of Team Greenlight or into circulation. But as it stands, it's just it's basically My Little Pony dating sim without the dating.
Ugh. All right, number 7, please.
And we have another RPG Maker game. Yay!
Let's have a look. Nestor. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's got to go. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? All right.
20 seconds of trailer.
20 seconds in Russian.
22 seconds.
Sha.
Хорошо, хорошо.
On Steam Greenlight. Okay. Nope. That's already a no for me. QuickTime events for combat. That's interesting, but it's not something that I would do, like
And
ever.
the way he describes it is as a theatrhythm battle system.
Okay, no, that's getting a no. Yes, I applaud your. Oh, and the pony guys are apparently deleting comments, which is not, which is very bad.
Yep.
Don't do that. People are there to comment on what you're doing. You don't. You put it out there in the public. You don't then dump the comments because somebody said something that hurt your little fifis. All right, number 4. This is these two are probably the last two we're going to do. I don't know what I did to deserve this. Oh, wait, I set up a video. How's that dislike thing going anyway?
Now we actually have something interesting, on a good side note
All
here.
right. Barren Galaxy. This ought to be interesting. It's got a name. Okay. Yeah, YouTube's gonna chew the shit out of me for that. It's time to protect the galaxy.
Shit.
Okay,
It
so
was
we
good.
have a shooty platforming arcade style thing that actually looks like an arcade game.
This is good. And they have a typo in the trailer. Ah. Everything was going so nice until they have one big typo in the trailer.
Customize
But
your gear.
even though they could customize. But other than that,
Did they?
I really don't have anything bad to say. So that's that's the only
Yep,
problem so
customize.
far I've had.
Yeah, if that's the only thing we can come up with that looks that isn't right, then we're doing pretty good. Your trailer actually looks fairly professional. It looks like you actually made an effort to do some of this stuff. The font on the
Yeah,
screen
it's
here
clear.
is
Yeah.
it goes back to the old arcade games, but I don't know if that's necessarily a good or a bad thing. I mean, yeah, you
They
could
also
probably
they
get
have
that font in a million ways.
they have some voiceover in the trailer. They started with some really good looking pixel art of the character getting ready and stuff. So it's clear that their production values are high, and the graphics just look good. I can't say much about it. This is a fan game basically of all the good run and gun games of old, the arcade ones like Metal Slug and so on. So, and they know what the good things about those games are and are making them, but on their own way. So of course it's gonna be at least an okay game.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree with that actually. What is this? Oh, they did a nice They did a nice thing here. Let's see. Fast-paced run and gun action will keep the player over the edge of the seat. I think they mean on, but okay. Detailed 16-bit hairstyle graphics. Player adjusted difficulty multiplier. The player gambles in each mission it has his abilities, gains bigger rewards to upgrade his arsenal with. Okay, fair enough. Uh, Power up combinations, weapon upgrades, and player progression. Cooperative gameplay. Sharing ammo and
All good
weapons, combining
stuff.
special attacks. Fight against the hive
All good
intelligence of
stuff.
the Gokons, who are invading every place no in the galaxy. Oh, okay. Their first language probably isn't English, so I won't hold that against them.
Nope,
That's
it isn't.
what is their
I
first
think the
language?
first the first language is probably Portugal or Spanish, judging based that their team consists of Diego Benitez, Freddy Perez, and Juan Valdez.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that. Most likely you're going to be dealing
It's
with
also
Spanish or Mexican somewhere. Might be
it's
Portuguese.
also a great thing. Yeah, their great thing is that they they have put out down their description. It's detailed. It has all the good features. There's a lot of animation and actual inline images here, GIFs. Like everything's awesome here.
Yeah, I agree. I would get that. No idea when the release date's going to be, but hey, I don't expect anything. I don't expect miracles. They're not. It's not like they're asking for money up front. So I mean, I don't actually take issue
Yep.
with any of this. All right. How many we got left? We got one left, and then we're probably gonna and then we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
So let's have
This
number
last
8.
one is yeah, and it's gonna take another 3 seconds.
Okay. Herp. Derp. Yet another RPG game. Well, at least they're honest. Aaron, my beloved son, you are not a knight yet. I demand you to travel to achieve the knight title. Now! Okay then. How about piss off? Small town called Greentown. Well, that's completely original.
Well, if what are you really expecting anything original from a game called Yet Another RPG Game?
Uh, Not really. The dungeon just outside of town gates. Well, that's a bad place to put a dungeon. Or actually, it's a bad place to put a town. Yeah, tell that to the folks that lived in that town that Diablo was centered around. He finds himself as drunk.
So the trailer is going to be nothing more than just more of this text.
Okay. Actually, looks like the game is mostly just text. It is. It's text.
It looks like another text adventure game.
It is a text adventure game. Okay. You're gonna have to do this. If you're gonna do Legends of the Red Dragon, you better do it right. That's all I'm gonna say. Yet another RPG game. Start Aaron's journey. Explore the many dungeon floors. Fight more than 30 different monsters. Buy weapons and armors. Forge stronger weapons to advance quickly. Search for weapon and armor scraps. Open chests to see the goodies. Old style text game future features will be implemented. What are those? And there's a demo, which is okay. I'm completely okay with the idea of a demo. Actually, I like it when people put up demos. Torcedor de America. So he's probably Mexican.
The problem here again is that this is another example of that a person wanting to make a game, and because he doesn't know how to make it interesting, he makes it a text game. but because he's not a writer, he's going to fail to make that interesting either. I
You know
mean,
what? I
his
should actually.
the game of this.
You know what? I should
Yep.
honestly do that. I should actually set up a text adventure to do the things, to do all the things, because, yeah.
But I think that another. I mean, his game is named yet another RPG game. I mean, it's not even it's just not even trying. I mean, it's and judging from the trailer, he didn't try to make it as a parody. I mean, I would have understood if it was a parody of an RPG game that he had named the game yet another RPG game. But now that it's not a parody, but he's actually trying to make an actual RPG, then why is he naming it yet another RPG game instead of pretty much anything? The legend of the legend of crystal stones of Gravlot or what anything you know.
Oh. I'm with Jiba here. At least it's not RPG Maker, but that's probably the best I can say about it at this point. There's nothing. I'm not. Unfortunately, the problem here is I can't see enough of the game to really upvote this. I mean, I applaud it. I applaud the idea that he tried to make an effort, but I mean, there are so many games that are ASCII/text based out there. It's just raw. Uh,
I don't really think that there was an effort here. Sorry.
I
If
mean,
there was an effort, he would have made his game anything else but yet another RPG game.
yeah, and that's kind of a thing. I could probably build a text adventure on my own for in very little time, or I could find a sort of a little engine thingy that would do it.
Yeah, there are engines for text adventure games.
Okay, and I could probably even make some money out of it. But then I know how to write. I mean, I started out. I
Yeah.
started my life off as a sci-fi writer. I still do it. But it's
Nice.
this is just I don't know. There's just it's just there. Uh, okay.
Yeah.
Dragon here says if you make a game that's entirely text based, make sure you do a good job at the writing part. Based on the trailer, the writing's pretty bad. Make sure it all looks good, capitalization, and make sure everything is grammatically correct. Also know what words mean. Rats and spiders don't overgrow things. And possibly use a thesaurus to avoid repetition of certain words in a short time. That is solid advice. Okay. His next comment is not so great. And I think actually Mr. Dragon is being a little overcritical now. He wants the guy to give it away. And I can see where the guy would want it. He put in some effort to put together an engine like that, or get my hands on or get his hands on one, and that's at least something. I mean, really, it doesn't take much to do some things, but if I was going to make a text adventure game, I'd make something freaking huge. Just to be a shit. And then I'd probably still want to put some graphics in there so they're not just looking at a black screen. I mean, yeah, you could do something like this in a few weeks, but I just
I remember playing a few text adventure games on my not smartphone back when those were a thing still, and even though they were kind of simple and small, it was kind of fun in the choose your own adventure kind of way.
yeah,
But those were written well and were interesting, at least for the one or two playthroughs and $1 or so I paid for them, but they're not something I want to see on Steam.
Well, it's not something you would want to see to access on Steam. We do still have quite a bit. We still do have quite a number of those games that run around using Twine, and that's a thing that I think is absolutely detestable, especially when they're written badly, and a lot of them are.
They're doing what?
And they use Twine to put together kind of a sort of choose your own adventure novel.
Yeah.
But they don't said a lot of them aren't doing their homework, or they're not getting enough, or they're being flowery with the prose without actually saying anything.
Yeah.
And I despise that shit. It is beyond that shit is despisable beyond measure.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that's it for now because I would really like to go to bed before midnight.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Actually, I have some stuff that I have to do this afternoon, so I think that's going to be about it. Make sure you get me a Make sure you get me a copy of the edited list, so that I can pass it on to the next person. I know you're not going to be here next week, but you'll be back in 2 weeks. So I'm going to need a volunteer from our audience to join me next time around. If I'm not on your Steam friend list, then do please add me, so that we can make sure that the communications actually work. Beyond that, at this point, I'm going to say we did find a few things that were okay. We didn't find anything too. We found some stuff that was bad. We found some stuff that was good. We found some stuff that was meh.
Yeah.
And your link was removed. You'll have to
No
break that up.
way.
So, alrighty then. So, I think that's going to be it for Lee and I today. I will be back at least next week for another edition of Greenlight Gathering, and
Yep.
I will be in tomorrow at noontime for a special edition of Squirrel Play Live. We missed Tuesday's Squirrel Play Live, so I'm doing it. So I'm going to do it there. We're going to have Land Traveler and the Bunker, and then we will continue going on X Plays there. For those of you who are interested, I may or may not grab a volunteer and do a second Greenlight stream at some point to kind of clear up some of the backlog that was created this time. If you didn't get to see your suggestion, worry not. We'll probably get you next time, and try not to. And make sure that your stuff hasn't already been submitted, because that does occasionally happen sometimes. All right. So,
Yep. And,
don't forget to do
thanks
the.
from my perspective as well. It was fun.
Absolutely, we had a blast. It was great. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It looks like we had a vote bot here a little while ago. I don't know how many downvotes I wound up with for that. It really doesn't matter, I think, at this point. I know you guys enjoy it. We enjoy doing it. And life is actually pretty good. If you want to keep the stream alive, yes, do please. There's the links at the bottom of the description. Weird things like the Twitch and Twitter accounts, my Steam profile, as well as a couple of links that you can use for donations if you care to. All I'm going to say at that point is every little bit helps. And I may actually do a bonus. I may actually do that bonus Greenlight stream. We are getting way more. We're getting things in much larger numbers than we could otherwise. So that we can handle in a 2-hour stream. So I may actually get back and do some of that later. I will, however, need a volunteer for next week's Greenlight Gathering. Please submit your applications to Mellow. He is the one that selects our that selects his replacements. And please be sure to have a microphone. I will actually need you to speak up. So All right. That's it then. We are
Yeah.
out of here. So, till next time, be safe, be sane. Absolutely.